Now it's time to work on permissions and roles. So let's say we are using this endpoint and we want to restrict this endpoint based on some roles. So a role can be something like admin, project manager, team lead, member, client, but these role will be associated with some a list of permissions. Let's say one of the permission is get profile. If admin will have the get profile permission, and this get profile is needs get profile permission to access this endpoint, then admin will be able to access this. So let's do it and then we will discuss it further. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a folder enum, and in this enum folder what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create two enum, role.enum.ts, and the second will be permission.enum.ts. Now in permission, let's say we want to create some list of permissions based on the feature we are currently having. So we will create one enum, export enum, and we will name this enum as permission. If we are using JavaScript, in that case enum is not there, so we'll have to create an object only, and we'll create like get profile, and in enum we use equal to, so we'll keep it like something like get underscore profile, and then we can have update profile, and we can then put update underscore profile, and for users, in users we have created some endpoints, so let's protect those endpoints as well. I'll keep it on side so that I can see all of them together. So we have get users, so I'm gonna write it here, get user. I'll keep GI in caps, and here on the right side I can write get underscore users, and then get user by ID, and here like what I can do, get user by ID, and then update user, so I can write this way, update user and update underscore user, and then we can have remove user, so remove user, and we can write its value as remove underscore user. Alright, so now we only have this much of functionalities, so I'm considering these as permissions. So if I put let's say if I put remove user permission here, means this endpoint requires this remove user functionality, permission for to access this endpoint. So all the roles which will have these permissions will be able to access this endpoint only. So let's define the role and then we will map both of these things. So let's do export enum role, and we just need to define some role. Let's say admin, then what we can do, team lead, or just say, or just keep it for team lead, or what we can do, we can create project manager, then then team lead, and then member, then client. I think these 5 roles are enough. Fine, and we can keep, we can definitely provide the values, since otherwise it will be 0 1 2 3 by default. So what we can do, we can just put it admin, and here we can do project manager, and now in team lead we can put team lead, and in member we can put member, and in client we can put client. Okay, that's all I believe. And now we have roles in them and we have permission in them. Okay, so why I'm keeping all this in them instead of keeping it in database? The reason behind that is these are currently, I mean, not dynamic. If you want to keep it dynamic, probably we can do it after like we have all the features developed, and then we can design it like something we can create roles dynamically from endpoint, and we can map permissions dynamically to the roles. So that we can definitely do. We'll create a separate videos for that, but right now it's better to start with the enums since these are fixed values. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create one more file, role versus permission.ts, and then what we can export here, export role permissions. Okay, so this way role permission, and or it's better to keep it permissions since one role will have multiple permissions. So let's do role permissions, and we are going to import role enum. We are just mapping what role will have what features, and now we can import permission that enum that we have created for feature. And let's say the permissions, I mean this admin will have all the features. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write permission dot get profile, permission dot get user by id, permission dot users, permission dot remove user, permission dot okay update user. We also had one more thing for profile, permission dot update profile. Okay, I'll copy this for other few roles. So in total we have 5 roles, right? So now I'll change it to project manager, and then I will change it to team lead, and then I will change it to member, and then I will change it to client here. Okay, admin, project manager, team, this one is extra. Okay, so in permission I want to do some changes here. Instead of get profile, what we can do is we can name it view profile, so that is more suitable word for I mean some permissions. Get profile is looking like an endpoint name, so it's better to keep its name something as view or something more familiar to the end user. So view profile, and update profile is fine. View users, here what we can do, view users and view user by id, or even we can say view single user, or instead of single we can just write view user, and we can type it view user. Instead of view users we can have view user. So and here update user is fine, remove user is fine. Okay, so we have just simplified the meaning of, words of these permissions. Okay, it looks fine as of now, and now it is throwing some errors, so we can just fix it quickly. Get profile, view users, and then view user, view profile, view users, and view. Okay, why I'm doing this here, it might not be required here in this project manager. So admin will be able to access the profile and update his own profile. Apart from that, he will be able to modify all the users and see the users. In project manager, like, definitely as a member he will be able to do the changes with the profile. In permissions, view users, view user, it is not allowed at all. Probably what we can do, we can just let them see some user, that's fine. And team lead can have the view profile rights, update profile. Again, this will not be there. uh, Here, view users, view user, and probably for now we will have same thing in member. And for client, like client won't be able to explore anything, about the user, and he will be able to update his own profile, and we are not letting them see about any other user. And if we want in, later we can definitely come here and update it.